Hi, welcome out to the Unscheduled Podcast. I'm your host, Zach, along with the man, the myth, the legend, the meme, the master of suave, Javi.
Oh yeah, thank you for that fine introduction, my man Zach. I really appreciate it.
No problem, dude. So, you guys may hear some rapping, some crunching, a little bit of sloshing here and there, some Ice Cube sounds. Because Javi and I actually decided to do something interesting today.
Yeah.
We're having lunch on the podcast.
Yeah, essentially that's what's gonna happen. So I do expect a lot of ASMR, but Zach, do you want to tell the viewers what exactly what we're doing for this podcast?
Yeah, so Javi and I went out and we got ourselves the Super Mario meal from Burger King.
But we'll get deeper into that as the podcast goes on.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get some lunch in us. We got it as fresh as possible.
Yeah.
Before I forget, we're not sponsored. This is just something fun we decided we'd do.
Yeah, no.
Like, we found out about this literally yesterday, and I just told Javi, I hit him up and I was like, let's do this. Let's do this. I wanna see what this is about.
You know what? Okay. So my first impression is this. So Zach, I know I was talking to you about how this meal actually does not come with cheese. The Whopper does not come with cheese in this deal, right?
Yeah.
And I made a big fuss about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I actually don't miss it as much as I thought I would. Yeah.
You know, I can respect that. I can respect someone who wants a regular burger and not a cheeseburger. For me though, I had to, and I told you this joke yesterday. I had to add a little daisy on this Mario meal.
Exactly.
I couldn't go without the cheese. I removed the boost sauce, which is the mayo.
Yeah.
I removed the Mario cap of the tomato, and then I added some daisy.
Hell yeah.
Because if you know me, I'm not a tomato fan at all. Like I can't stomach it.
That's fair. This is like one of my weird little quirks, but I usually take off like the tomato and lettuce beforehand, and I just eat it individually as opposed to like having it in the burger. Like it's just like a little weird quip of mine. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because I still want. Yeah.
No. Go ahead.
No, but I was gonna say is like I still want the lettuce and tomato, but I feel like it actually kind of gets in the way of like the pure, like not pure, but like the burger taste, in my opinion. I don't know.
I can say that. You want it as a separate taste instead of an altogether.
Yeah.
So for me, actually, I'm kind of the opposite a little bit. Once I start getting near the end of any burger, like even just burger, I decide to how do I put it? I start separating the bread, the meat, and like vegetables, and I start eating those individually. Because I feel like by that point it's kind of like a bit of a soggy mess, bit of a like kind of compacted all together, and it's falling apart anyway. So I'm like, why don't I just eat this individually?
That's fair.
We've said this before, and I'm going to continue this. Burger King has some of the best fries. I'm going to stand by that.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, we mentioned this on previous podcasts, but like the thing about like other fries from other franchises who shall not be named. Let's just say they rhyme with Rimbonalds or something. You know,
Rimbonalds, yeah.
The thing is, like those fries when they're not like super hot or like fresh, they kind of suck. Like they just
I
get
agree.
flabby. They're like moist in a bad way, and like they're just not that great. But and I'm gonna sound like a huge total like fucking food snob right now, but like the Burger King fries actually kind of maintain their like structure as they like get like colder.
Oh, I
So
agree.
it's a lot better in my opinion.
100% agree. Like, hands down. Other thing about McRonald's fries, McRonald's, if
Yep.
anyone gets that reference, those things absorb our freaking sponges when they're hot.
Mm-hmm.
Like think about it like a person, like when you see a sponge and you like, press it and it all that soap and liquid out.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do when they're hot, but then they reabsorb it like as they're cooling down.
Gotcha.
And I'm not about that. I'm like, if you didn't hold it to begin with, why do you need it back? But so to get more on topic of what we were doing today, and as we enjoy our lunch, because God, it's a good lunch.
Yep.
We've been seeing this since what, last year, I think I want to say.
I would say it's been more prevalent since last year, but it's happened before, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. So if we're talking about at least in recent memory of like celebrity endorsed food that isn't Gordon Ramsay
Mm-hmm.
or like Bobby Flay, I would say that it was the Travis Scott burger that we saw at McDonald's, which really wasn't anything special as to what everyone says.
Mm-hmm.
So, I actually didn't go and try it because I don't really go there that often anymore.
Yeah.
Did you try it while it was like a limited time thing?
No, not really, because I even though I like Travis Scott's music, I couldn't really find a reason to go to Okay, here's the thing, right? It's like I don't even really go to McDonald's for like a full meal, anyways. Like I might get like a what like a ice cream sun or like a ice cone or something like that.
Whenever the machine's working.
Yeah, exactly. But like I don't really go to McDonald's to eat like a meal. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So it never really crossed my mind to be like, oh, you know what? Let's go to get the Travis Scott burger. You know? Yeah, no, it just never really appealed to me.
You want to know what I go to McDonald's for now?
Mm.
People are either going to be frustrated with this or going to love this idea. So one of the local malls we go to, as malls do, they have food courts.
Mm-hmm.
But all of them are charging like $1 something, $2 for a drink. So all we do is order the food at that place, say no drink, walk right over to McDonald's, who will give you any size drink for $1 and just order there. That's it. That's all we get there. A soda.
I mean, to me, it seems like you like optimize the system.
Essentially, yeah. Why am I going to pay $2 for a soda? I can get it for $1.
Yeah, and to kind of go back to the Travis Scott burger, this is something that I was thinking a lot recently about a lot. But like the thing with like these Travis Scott meals, and then I think I also talked about this before, but there was also a J Balvin meal.
I didn't hear about that,
Which,
so that one
yeah,
clearly went under my radar.
yeah, but essentially, the thing is with the Travis Scott burger, what you have to realize is that it was basically just a regular cheeseburger with a bacon on it, and then it was a fry.
Really?
Yeah, let me look up the exact like
No wonder people were so disappointed.
I'm looking at the exact like actual like what was included in the meal, because I remember it wasn't anything special. Okay, so it's a medium Sprite, a quarter pounder with bacon, and fries with barbecue sauce. Does that sound like anything that you would not get at McDonald's anyways?
I think the only exception there is maybe the fries with barbecue sauce. I feel like depending on where you go, people are already doing it.
When I say barbecue sauce, it's just the barbecue sauce on the fries.
Really? Okay, yeah, then people are just doing that anyway.
Yeah, no, it's not like barbecue flavored fries or anything like that, or like barbecue like sauce on fries. No, it's just barbecue sauce and like the regular barbecue sauce. It's like, so I was thinking about this, and these meals, the Travis Scott meal, and I'm not complaining about the Mario meal, because it's obviously it's just Burger King. Obviously, it's good,
Right.
But this Mario meal, it's not really like like what is Mario about it? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I feel like I know I don't think Burger King has mushrooms normally, do they? I don't think they have
You have to.
mushrooms like as a
They have a
topping.
mushroom burger. They have a mushroom burger.
They
Actually,
do.
that
Okay.
surprises me. That surprises me. Yeah, but it's on like a specific burger. They didn't put mushrooms on this burger.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's a
Like,
big missed opportunity.
yeah, that's what I'm saying is like, I feel like they're not really going be like they're not really doing enough to make these like special meals special.
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
yeah,
Like they're like this like I mean like again I'm not complaining because it's a Whopper, like I paid what
yeah.
I got what I paid for, but at the
Right. I'm
same
not complaining
time
about that.
yeah, but at the same time if you're gonna make it a Mario meal, make it like Mario, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like they had some missed opportunities there, and maybe they could have done more. Not be like as of the time of this recording and not be in COVID, but
Mm,
I think the other thing really is just like looking at. Okay, so at the time of this recording, Mario 3D All Stars with the Bowser's Fury DLC pack just came out. At least here in the United States. I think Australia got it a little bit sooner.
hmm.
So that's got to be what they're celebrating this week. And so, that's what I guess is kind of what we're doing right now with that. It's just like
Hmm.
it's a promo stunt. And it feels like a missed opportunity. Like Nintendo had given them. Like, oh no, I think there is right now. Isn't there a promo right now that Nintendo is giving Nintendo toys at BK with every kids meal?
um Let me check that actually.
Yeah, at the time of this recording, I think there is.
I know with McDonald's they're doing like the Pokemon cards, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So Nintendo is doing the Nintendo themed toys where it's like a Metal Mario Kart, a Link from Link's Awakening,
Right.
a little puzzle toy that's like Animal Crossing themed,
Yeah.
a Mario Maker Mario in like his like costume, a
See,
Splatoon toy, and then a Luigi's Mansion Luigi with like his like I don't know what that thing's called, the
okay,
backbling,
so
I
yeah,
guess.
here's the thing. They could have done more Mario toys for even just for today as like a limited time event. But this feels like
Mm-hmm.
such a wasted opportunity. I think the only thing like when went to go get the food, you told me is that there was a giveaway they have for a Nintendo Switch. Like it enters you in a giveaway.
Yeah, yeah.
So for me, I'm just looking at that like, why? I get it that I guess it's supposed to bring people in, but those things are always stacked against everyone.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard someone actually say they've won from the what's it called, the Nintendo or like any giveaways. I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever heard anyone say they've won. And
Yeah,
so
honestly.
I'm looking at that and I'm like, what the hell? Why are they like this? I feel like Nintendo wasted a perfectly good opportunity, and not many people seem to know about this Super Mario deal either.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't think I would have really heard of it if you hadn't sent it to me, man. Honestly.
Yeah, no kidding, no kidding. Like, and we had our friend Abby, who we've had on the show before. And she loves everything Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason. So that tells me that Nintendo like fans, like the I guess more or less hardcore fans found out about this. Because if not, this would have been had this been anything. I don't even want to say this is a gamer thing. Like, had this been just more widespread, people would be all over this. I
Yeah.
feel like it's probably because there's a lack of getting anything too.
Yeah. Again, it's like, you know, so actually let's talk a little bit more about like the process of getting this Whopper meal, right? Or
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
Mario
yeah.
meal.
Sure.
So I texted Zach. I told him okay, so obviously it's only like one coupon per person,
Right,
normally. And with this deal, I can only get one Mario meal per order.
right.
So that in and of itself kind of already limits it to like one person per order, and that's already
Yeah.
kind of closing out like potential for like group orders and stuff like that. I feel
Yeah,
like.
yeah, of course.
And then on top of that, you have to use a coupon, and then it's like at the same time, like you realize it's just like a Whopper, a fry, and then a drink. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's $5.
yeah,
Now I'm not gonna lie, I don't go to Burger King enough to know like what exactly all the deals are, but I
yeah.
feel like that's pretty normal. I don't know. Maybe you could elaborate on that, Zach. Does that sound like a
Okay.
normal deal to you?
Yeah, so I was actually about to tell you because like Burger King sends out coupons to people from time to time. I don't
Hmm.
know if they've been doing it more recently, or I mean less recently, because like they have their app and everything.
Yeah.
But like, they now do that. They now do that. This is the BK app, but I like I was looking at the coupons I have here because they're just laying around here in my house,
Hmm.
and there's actually already a coupon that's just this exact meal for $5. So
Wow.
they really just threw Super Mario on.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's kind of disappointing.
It is. Like I really think Nintendo could have pushed the limit on this. Like they really could have done more with this. In a weird way. Okay, I'm gonna say a weird sentence, but it makes sense once I get it out.
Okay.
Mario sells as much as sex.
Huh. Okay. Do you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah. Okay. So you know the saying "sex sells."
Yes. Yeah.
So to me, you slap Mario on anything, and it's immediately gonna sell. You slap Nintendo or Mario on something, and it's guaranteed to sell.
Gotcha.
Like I believe that deep down. I truly believe that. But with this might be the exception. Or I feel like it's just this exact same coupon rebranded as Mario.
Yeah. I mean, to kind of get a little bit touching back on what you're mentioning about like the marketing of this, how
Mhm.
we probably wouldn't have found out about this thing if it weren't for the fact that we were connected with someone that is really into Nintendo, and they've find out about these things, right?
Yeah,
Um, I guess that kind of ties into the quality of the deal and promotion itself. You know what I mean? Like they probably didn't really push this as hard because it's not really that special of a deal, in my opinion. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like I guess you really are like I guess they didn't really want to invest in something that's not really that overwhelming or like that like outstanding, I guess.
yeah. I
So
feel
I
like.
think that,
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
I don't know, I was just gonna say like I was gonna conclude and say like I feel like that's part of the reason why this is like it's kind of like synergistic in that way. Like
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
really that big
No,
of a
I
deal,
agree.
so not why really market it as hard as like the toys, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think what you could also say about it is, I think what you could say is like, literally, had they said there was a Mario burger, I think that would have sold better.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
not even just like the meal deal, a Mario specific burger. Like we were already talking about it. Like we were making jokes about this, how it could have been a Mario burger
Yeah.
and stuff. And I feel like they missed a perfect opportunity in that.
Yeah, that actually kind of I actually kind of agree with that. That kind of plays into like the semantics of the actual deal itself.
Yeah,
Because if they had like a Mario meal, I guess can still kind of invoke the image of like, different like kind of like, you know, Nintendo imagery or Mario imagery. But like a
right.
Mario burger is a lot more specific, and I think you could do like a lot more of that.
Yeah, like there is definitely something to be said about it. And it's like the meal was kind of classic. I try to keep it to its purest, quote unquote, purest form. But I love me my cheese, and then I can't do
Yeah.
mayo anymore. But that's a whole different thing. So right now, it looks like at the time of this recording, anyway, there's also another deal going on, Javi, and this is not
Yes.
something we've seen in years. This is like literally off the top of my head. I think it's been about 10 years since I last saw a deal like this. I want to argue,
Mhm.
and I could be wrong on that, but
Yeah.
McDonald's is starting, quote unquote, selling Pokemon cards. So, and y'all may have heard this in the news and stuff, but right now with any Happy Meal, order at McDonald's, you're supposed to get a pack of Pokemon cards, which that's pretty cool in itself. But now there are suddenly scalpers everywhere on this.
Yeah, it's really disappointing to see. Like people are buying obviously the Happy Meals not because they want Happy Meals, but they want the cards and they want to create this false sense of scarcity, that really shouldn't exist naturally. It's
Yeah.
meant to be it's meant to be like a very like widespread promotion, um, and I mean, it I will say this. I think there's something really funny about like an adult dude buying like 6 Happy Meals. And for those of you that don't know or haven't seen it yet, the Happy Meals with this promotion, the Happy Meals actually look like Pikachu. Like it's like a yellow cube.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen that. Yeah.
yeah, so instead of the regular like smile and then the McDonald's logo at the top, it's actually like Pikachu. And there's just something funny about the image of a guy only getting those meals to scalp them, of course.
Yeah.
And then he just has like 30 boxes of like Happy Meals, just like yellow Pikachu electric mouse. It's something about that is actually kind of funny, but the practice of
Yeah.
it is honestly really kind of sad.
Oh, no. It's pretty scummy at the end of the day. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
like we're not knocking, to make it clear, we're not knocking on anyone who is like who will loudly and proudly go to McDonald's and get a Happy Meal and they're a full-grown adult. You know what? You do
No,
you. Enjoy the meal.
absolutely. I mean, shit. I mean, I'd probably do it if I had the time.
I'm not a huge McDonald's fan, but it's like I wish we could talk to our friend about this. We have a friend who is like really into the Pokemon scene, like
Yeah.
into the Pokemon trading card scene, at least. And and I would want to ask him, like, because in my head I'm thinking, are these like cards supposed to be super rare? Are they supposed to be like you know like competitively viable and stuff? Are they gonna, or are they just just a cute little promo?
Right.
So like, because I'm thinking back to this, so like the most recent event we had with Pokemon that I can think of was 2019. Yeah, 2019, with the Detective Pikachu movie. And they were giving away packs. They were giving away packs with every ticket, and that was cool. But the movie theaters regulated it a lot more, where they gave one pack per ticket.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, that's really cool. That's really neat. That like that's obviously how they're gonna market and sell the movie.
Of course.
So, but like McDonald's, the problem with McDonald's is that every McDonald's doesn't do the same regulation. One forces you to buy the Happy Meal, and you get one pack of cards, while others are just letting you buy the pack separately. So that's where we're getting the scalping problem.
Yeah, I guess you could also say like there's a problem with the fact that like it's not like totally like unified in the way that they're distributing the cards as well.
Yeah.
Because not to put any like blame on like the workers or anything like that, but or like even the company, but like when like you make it really easy for people to just get the cards without even having to get the product that's supposed to come with it, I feel like that makes it really easy. Like, yeah, it kind of like almost enables them to kind of engage in this practice of buying a bunch of cards without even like any second thought for like the meal itself.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. Trust me. And then the thing is, like, looking at it, like, let's look at this. Okay, two other things that have occurred to me. So a bunch of people are ordering the meals and then not even eating the McDonald's. Like, they're just ordering a bunch of the Happy Meals and then throwing the food away.
Which is
And I'm
totally
like,
just gross.
right? Like, I'm not a fan of McDonald's, but at least eat the damn food, or donate it to someone on the street, or give it to the people in the restaurant. Do that. I don't care, but don't just like scalp a bunch of this stuff and then cause so much food waste.
Yeah, you know what kind of reminds me of is like it's almost like if like on like a lesser scale, like it's almost like if a kid like gets like a box of cereal only to get like the prize inside of it, and they just don't even eat the cereal. Kind of reminds me of something like
Right.
that.
Yeah, no, that's I would agree. That is exactly how it is. I agree with you 100% there, dude. And thinking about it, okay, like think about this long term, because you when you're in the scalping game, quote unquote, you have to think about this long term. What is the money they're going to be making on this afterwards? Because I guarantee you, no one's going to really try and buy these cards.
Right.
Like, I get it if you're trying to collect all of them. You know what? That's fair. Do that. Go ahead. If you're actively trying to go around, buy Happy Meals, and collect them, okay, I'm a little bit more understanding than that if you're not trying to resell them and you're really trying to go for a collector's set. That makes a little bit more sense to me than, scalping these, like buying 40, 50 packs and then trying to resell them to people. Like, what is the point of that? Like, there's like nothing. Where are you making money? Who is trying to buy these cards? Like, someone tell me who's trying to buy these cards. Like, I don't like. That's why I really want to bring on. I hope we kind of bring this topic back.
Mm-hmm.
And we see we ask our friend, like, hey, are these cards even like special? Is there something really good about them that we, like, the common people, are not seeing? Or is this just people being assholes?
Yeah, no, well, I mean, I would say even if you are trying to make a profit on it, it's still part of being a jerk, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because like I said, or yeah, like this is very much, in my opinion, meant to be like a casual thing. Like, people just get their Happy Meals and they get their cards. It's not really like, and like, I think the only acceptable level beyond that, as you mentioned, was people who actually are like actively trying to collect the cards for their own like collection or something like that. They're like, they're like Pokemon enthusiasts or something like that. Like, not really people that are trying to make a profit on it. That's definitely beyond the scope of what it was meant to be for.
Like, I get Pokemon is huge over here. It is a massive franchise, and I'm just like, to me, in my head, I'm like, but I can't seem to wrap my head around it on who is going to buy these cards, because to me it's crazier. The person who buys these cards from the scalper is crazier than the scalper.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, no, because again, it kind of feeds into the system where like you're actually like kind of like providing a demand for like this obviously like flawed kind of like system. It's really disappointing to see.
So I'm wondering now, it's like, what are, like, how many kids are actually getting this? Because not every McDonald's does this either. Only, select McDonald's, and then I don't know if they're getting restocks or anything.
Right, yeah.
Like, is this gonna deter Game Freak and Nintendo from doing this promotion again?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, it just takes a few people, a few assholes, to ruin an entire, like, someone's fun.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It's like, people will probably look, they'll probably look at this and say, like, I mean, my hope would be like they look at this and say, like, maybe there's a way we can like sort of make it so that we can prevent scalpers from like engaging in this activity.
Yeah.
Maybe provide like specific instructions, like, franchise wide, to be like, hey, don't just give them out like as cards separately, and make sure that they're buying the Happy Meals. Because I feel like by making sure that they're only being able to get the cards from the Happy Meals, people will probably be deterred from it. Obviously, not everybody, but I think it will limit it to a certain degree.
Yeah. Like, there has to be some form of limitation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no. Because personally, I feel like, obviously, scalping is not like a new thing, but I definitely think it's been much more popularized, in my opinion, lately. Like, especially, like, I don't know the whole deal, but like you might know about this better, but like the PS5 kind of thing going around,
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. I was just about to say, yeah.
Yeah,
So
maybe you can provide more context on that.
yeah, so I was gonna say, so actually, like, give more of an idea on that, like, so PS5, the newest graphics cards that are coming out, like the GTX series from Nvidia, like the 3070s and all of that, like 3060, 3070, 3080, or like 3090, I think was another one. Those, okay, keep in mind those are already a couple $100, and then people are doubling that price and reselling them online.
Yeah.
So let's address that real quick. Like, okay, and this kind of goes back to the long-term game plan that I was talking about earlier. People are going to want PS5s, people are going to want those graphics cards, and so long as they're scarce, you're going to find some sucker who will pay extra money for those items.
Yeah.
But, like, again, going back to these cards, I don't get it why I don't think anyone's going to buy them at that point. No way. Especially if it's, like, they're inflated prices. Like, okay, so for those who have listened to the podcast and know me, like, just either on stream or, you know, listening to the podcast, whatever, everyone knows that I'm a trading card person. I play trading cards actively.
Yes. Yeah.
And I can tell you right now, cards that are not competitively viable aren't worth shit. Like, it's sad but true. If they're not a special rarity, or if they're not competitively viable, or if they've been overprinted to hell, which is what's happening right now with these McDonald's cards, they're not worth anything. Like, literally, I am not kidding. Some of them are worth 10 cents or less.
Jesus Christ.
Like, so in my head, it's like, you're selling these cards, and I get it, like, there are some rare promotional cards, but, you know, at the same time, you're going to have to wait a decade or more for those things to gain value. And you're trying to scalp them right now, and then people, keep in mind, a bunch of people scalping it are also going to lower the value because there's still a bunch of people pulling these cards and scalping them.
Right, yeah.
So I don't, like, it still doesn't make sense to me what people want with this. So, you know, it's just, I feel like just kids are getting screwed out here at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's really like what's most disappointing for me. Is that, like, this is obviously like a promotion meant for children at the end of the day, you know. So
Yeah.
it's like they're being robbed of an experience, you know.
Yeah.
So it's really disheartening to see that.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm gonna have my old man shakes fist at cloud moment right here real quick. But, you know, I was looking back on this because I was talking about, we haven't seen a promo like this in, like, literally in a decade or so. And, you know, I think we've seen this before. This is not anything new.
Right.
But back in the day, there was no scalping of this stuff. Like, and now suddenly a bunch of people are scalping, and you know, I feel like, just in my head, I'm gonna blame the internet a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. So hear me out. Again, this is kind of my old man yells at cloud moment. You know, just that it's my thing. You know, I could be totally wrong on this, but this is just my thoughts. So Pokemon cards suddenly got a resurgence, I think, because, like, wasn't it one of the Paul brothers were pulling Pokemon cards on stream? So, like, suddenly a bunch of people were buying Pokemon cards all over again. So, you know, I guess good on them. Glad that it's a thriving industry. I mean, it was a thriving industry anyway, but glad people are buying packs. Because trading card companies are dying. I'm gonna let you know that. Like, they are dying, and their fandoms are, like, trying to keep them alive as much as possible. I'm just gonna say that.
Which is kind of sad in my opinion, because even though I don't actively engage in, you know, the trading card game community, it's something really nice, I think, to see people kind of gather around. It's, you know, it's for the most, I would say for the most part, it's apart from the scalping, it's pretty good, innocent and fun, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, like, for the most part, like, I would say, at least to someone who's played in the community, it is very much like they're no strangers to cards being expensive, but they kind of are used to companies kind of like short selling cards instead of people scalping cards, which is, you know, a whole different issue altogether. But, you know, it's kind of like, it's weird that suddenly people who aren't playing the game and, you know, are coming in and taking away from the game.
Yeah, no. Would you? I mean, I don't know. I don't want to like this is good
Right.
like this is gonna sound very like anthropological, but would you say that like it's definitely like do you know like if it's more definitely more people like outside the community that are engaging in scalping, or is it people that like know the worth of these things and are part of the
So
community that are like
I think it's a mixture of both there a little bit, because this is where I was going back to the internet and everything. Like there are websites that sell cards. You know, they sell them to people. There's eBay where people will bid on these cards and stuff too. You have Amazon where you can sell through Amazon,
right?
and you know that's no problem like at all. The whole thing is though like you have some people who are like looking at these cards and you know they may not know these cards actually hold whether or not they hold value, but because they think it's a quick money grab, you know, because they see everyone wants these things or you know the internet's talking about them, they'll pick them up and try and resell them at like exorbitant prices when you know they're not actually worth that much.
Right, yeah.
So you know maybe they have a trading card buddy who says, oh, you know, they'll gain like, let's say, and you know this is just me thinking off the top of my head, let's say they're $5 to $10 a card because they were a special promo rare.
Mm-hmm.
This person's now thinking, oh, okay, if I buy 50 of these cards, I can sell them, I can get like $500 out of that. And like, no, that's not how it works, because trading cards in a weird way are also like playing stocks.
Yeah.
It's so weird. And you know, the whole GameStop stock thing that's been going on, that's a whole other thing right now.
Oh yeah.
We're not going to touch that right now, but you know, that's an interesting conversation in itself.
Yeah.
But like essentially trading cards do fluctuate like stocks, because the more a card gets used, it's going to go up in value. And you know, and also because of its scarcity, it's going to go up in value, you know, law of supply and demand. Mm-hmm. But like I was saying earlier, a trading card has to be used for it to gain some value.
Gotcha, yeah. Like the card itself is like correct me if I'm wrong, but like the card itself, I guess isn't like that like I guess like what kinds of I forgot. Could you go a little bit more into like what makes a card valuable like in these cases?
So I would say there are maybe three of the biggest factors into making a card valuable. Competitively viable.
Yes. Yeah.
Rarity type, and you know that varies per card game and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then it's printings. So if it's been printed multiple times, it's going to lose value because you can get the same card. It's much easier to get that same card. So, you know, like there could be, so the more competitively viable a card, the more it's going to go up in value. But if there are a bunch of them, you know, it's not going to really gain that much value. So it'll maybe be, let's say it'll top out at $2 in that. But if it's competitively viable and then there aren't many copies, it can already shoot up to $10-15. And then if it's a high rarity, then that'll already double it or triple it to going to like $30-60 a card, which I've seen, you know. But then in that case, you know, that's the company manipulating the markets. Those are the companies making the cards manipulating the market, instead of people suddenly coming in and, you know, like just trying to, again, scalp these cards.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, I think to put it in simple terms, like stop, get some help to the scalpers.
No,
you know?
seriously.
Like think about what you're really doing, you know? Like obviously it's scalping is a purely, I feel like you know, financially motivated scheme, obviously, but like still have a little heart, man. Like are you like, okay, I don't know the rarity of these things, but are you really gonna be better off with fucking you know 50 you know copies of Slifer the Dragon than if like 49 people had them? You know, like what are you doing?
It may, like, the only other way it makes sense to me again is like if you're a collector, and or if like you're a shop owner who literally can't order these in bulk, and you know, so you decide to like buy a bunch of them for your shop. But again, at that point, you're not you're not gonna be selling them like at exorbitant prices.
Oh yeah, no. Like shopkeepers that like have to like keep an inventory of cards, especially if like they're popular and stuff like that. That's way different than like people who are like I said, like artificially inflating the value of cards purely for making a profit. You know,
Yeah.
that's way different in my opinion.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Like, I'm gonna guarantee this right now, and you can quote me on this. That's how much confidence I have in this. 3 months from now, in 3 months, let's say 3 to 6 months. Okay. People are gonna try and be getting rid of those cards because they are gonna be absolutely worthless to them. So like those scalpers are just gonna be looking to dump a bunch of those cards. I guarantee it.
I personally would be pretty happy if it came back to bite the scalpers in the ass and nobody bought them, in my opinion. Like, I'm not opposed to that reality. I subscribe.
I very much believe that because, like I said, people like are gonna lose interest in this. Like they're very much gonna lose interest in these cards, and you know, scalpers are spending what? Okay, let's say a Happy Meal isn't too much, like in reality, but they're buying this in bulk. So they're gonna buy all of this in bulk and then not be able to sell it. So if they get rid of their product, let's say in like 3 months, then maybe they'll make a small profit.
Yeah.
Maybe, but way down the line, they're gonna have totally wasted their money.
Which is, in my opinion, the hope. Like, I'm not gonna feel bad for them if they lose out on money.
Right.
For, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, what are essentially like kids card games. You know, I don't feel bad for them at all.
No, and it surprises me that we don't see this more often. I guess, or actually, I'm wondering if we are going to see it a bunch more often, like if they continue to do these promos in the future. Because I know, like, we'll probably get another Pokemon movie at some point down the line in theaters, and then they'll probably promote that with Pokemon cards. So we'll see if people also try to buy those things in bulk.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would imagine that, like, once it's more clear and there's stronger regulations and it's a lot more sort of viable to go to a movie theater and for well, I know, like, this is like a whole nother thing, but like um theaters are actually starting to show movies more regularly in the future.
Yeah.
I unfortunately, can't imagine if they do some of these promotions. People will probably be like, hey, like, if they're doing promotion, like, let's say for example, like you said, like a Pokemon movie, and they like start like doing those kind of promotions, I could absolutely see more people doing this kind of stuff. My hope though is that like I said, not just because I want it kind of like for it to bite them in the ass, but I also want it to be like a kind of precedent for scalpers to say like, oh, these things are kind of successful. Let's stop doing this because there's no value in it.
Yeah.
And then
I agree, but knowing Nintendo, and I'm saying knowing Nintendo, we've seen Nintendo is not very friendly with their IPs and lending it out to people. They're not friendly about it at all.
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm looking at this and I'm like, what if we just like, in my head, I feel like the Nintendo will overreact to the scalping and just be like, you know what, that's it. No, we're done. No more promotional stuff outside of, let's say, Japan. Because I feel like in Japan, I feel like they have a bunch of promo stuff all the time to where it's just kind of the norm over there, to what I've seen at least. I'm not going to say like that it's entirely the case. But it wouldn't surprise me if they just shut it down outside of Japan.
Yeah, I probably imagine also it's probably a lot easier for them to regulate in Japan because that's obviously where they're based. So it's probably not well. They probably have like a strong idea over here, but like it's probably easier over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They probably have a more direct line over there than they do.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, I think at this point, like it's sad to say, but it's down to the McDonald's who sell these cards on how they want to handle them. But I don't see people spending tons of money on this stuff either. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And if you're gonna resell the packs, that's a different story. But even then, no one's gonna want to buy the packs either. Like, I'm telling you this, I'm calling it right now. We come back to this 3 months from now, and it's gonna be people who have spent their money and wasted it, and just ruined a kid's good time.
Yeah. And then those people will probably like just like again, I'm also like I just like I said before, like I'm just imagining them like having like a bunch of just like fucking Happy Meal boxes and unopened like cards, packs, and stuff like that. Like it's sad, but it also brings a smile to my face. That's
Yeah,
like
yeah, no, I believe that. And you know, to the collectors and people who are thoroughly enjoying the cards and trying to get them out there, good luck. I mean, I hope the best for y'all, but like, it's wild to me that scalpers are actually let's just say it's wild to me that scalpers are actually going out of the way and ordering this stuff like in person right now during COVID, as like, because this isn't bots happening, but like that's wild that they're actually going out there and just ordering these bulk meals.
That's you know what, that you actually raised a pretty interesting point. Yeah, it's not really bots that are just ordering these things. Like it's people going out to McDonald's, like telling a worker to the face, like, yeah, I'm the guy who ordered 15 Happy Meals, and then just going home with them in their car. That's actually that's a very kind of wild aspect of this kind of this this issue is like this is like a very IRL kind of thing. Like unless people are like Uber Eats, like doing Uber Eats of like 15 Happy Meals, I can't really see it, you know?
Yeah, I don't get it, dude. I just don't.
Yeah, no. But
Like if you're a grown person ordering 15 Happy Meals and you're not working at a daycare, I'm gonna look at you a little. I'm gonna look at you a little funny. You know, you do you in your life, but I'm just letting you know. I'm gonna start thinking of what you might be up to.
yeah. But
I
yeah,
I don't know. Like that's just it's sad, you know. And I hope it gets better. But Nintendo has. I just realized Nintendo is pitting two fast food restaurants against each other right now in like their deals and promotions. That just sank in for me.
Yeah, McDonald's with the Pokemon cards, well, just Pokemon in general, and then um actually at Burger King they're doing multiple franchises as well. Now I think about it,
Yeah, they have the Nintendo toys, and then they have the whole Super Mario meal right now.
Yeah, they have Mario toys, Legend of Zelda toys, and then Animal Crossing as well, and Splatoon as well.
Yeah,
so that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, let's just point out the fact that Nintendo's the overlord mastermind here.
Yeah, no. When are we gonna get a Starbucks meal at Wendy's or something like that, or like
I have no idea, dude. I would be down to see that though. Or let's see Legend of Zelda at Arby's or something. I don't know.
I mean, it's really Nintendo's world, and we're just living it. And honestly, and
no fucking kidding.
I joke about that, but honestly, it's a lot more true than we realize.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh my god. Like if I'm looking at it, I'm like, Nintendo has so many franchises that they can just say, we'll do this, and people will just buy it. We'll just buy it.
Yeah, Nintendo exclusive franchises as well. That's the thing as well. Like obviously, like we've been like this isn't something, I guess, not new, but like with the example of like Final Fantasy, I guess, or Final Fantasy 7, I noticed that like they're like openly advertising the fact that like this game's not going to be exclusive on a single console for very long. But that's a whole other thing.
Yeah. But like you look at this stuff and it's just like it's mind-boggling. But I don't know. Like, good luck to everyone. And if you guys let me know your thoughts. Let us know your thoughts on the whole like Happy Meal, I guess controversy ? And then the Super Mario meal, and let us know if you got the Super Mario meal yourself, and what you guys think.
Yeah.
Just leave a comment down below. So, thank you guys so much for sticking around today and having lunch with us, essentially.
Yeah, no, we appreciate it. Hopefully you didn't mind our ASMR too much.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys so much for stopping by, and we'll be back. Who knows when? It's unscheduled. Have a good one, everyone.
Bye.